All right, so how do you cover the costs of your stamp collecting? In retirement, it's going to be harder. And I had words with a great friend, Dave McQueen, and he said, if you could make a profit on some of the albums you buy, it'll give you free stamps. So what we're going to look at is this album here we bought from Junction Park. We're going to pull it apart and we're going to try and sell it. All right, but also keep the stamps we want. Hang on, I'll strap you in. All right, first step is to pull your album apart and get the stamps out, which I have done. So basically, I've gone through and I've worked out exactly what this album is worth. Rightio? So on the left, I'll go through everything that I've broken up. I've taken the stamps out of this album that I want to keep. Rightio? That I want to add to my album. That's all done. I've also got a huge amount of stamps I've pulled out that are not really worth as much, worth a hassle. I've got a whole heap here. So they're going to go in the giveaway container for everybody, for my subscribers. All right. But I'm going to try and go through my idea, methodology, methods, my method. So the album costs $50, rightio? My first priority is to get the $50 back, rightio? So I want to get that $50 back. Now for pulling it apart and using these little, because I've got to buy these to put the stamps in and everything, they're the resources. I need to get money back for the effort I spend pulling the album apart, and I need to pay for the resources I use for the album, rightio? And thirdly, I want to make profit. Now profit, is usually the money back. I want to make at least, I want the money back, but I want at least, you want to get 3 times the amount you paid for something, rightio? So if you pay $50, you want to get $150 back in your pocket so you can buy something better, rightio? But you also want money for effort because you can go get a job and make more money. So the profit will be that money plus stamps. So how we go through that is I'm thinking the catalogue value is now raised from $1,350 to $1,900 because I went and got a specialized album and went through some of the shadings and everything. Now I could either divide the catalogue value by 4 or 5. I know that a lot of dealers do it by 2 to 3, and then a lot of private collectors do it by 4, but I'm thinking doing it by 5. Make everything fairly cheap to make it move nice and quick. So to do that, to get my money back is $50. So we'll have a look. This is what I'm aiming for, $50 plus $200 for my effort because it'd be 5 to 10 hours. And then I want the, the profit. So I want at least, 2 times that. So it's 3 times all up, plus the stamps I've taken. So I put stamps in my own private album. I've got stamps to give away. So I need $350 plus my stamps, plus the fun, plus the adventure, plus my stamps to give away. Done. If I can get that back, that back there, that'd be perfect. And that's dividing it by 5 is $380. And if you give 10% discount because you want to give discounts to people, that'd be about $350 because you take $38 from that. So let's aim for that. Now, how are we going to do that? All right, I'm going to show you how I broke the album down, and you can tell me if you agree with it or not. So I thought all these coronation stamps are really nice, and I took them all away from each of the countries. So I took one off each of the sheets and thought I'd give the whole heap because I think it'd be a lot harder to get those. Now they came out at about $30 catalogue. So, you sell that for $6. Isn't that 5 6s at 30? So yeah, $6. These were quite good. I thought that's Antigua, Barbados, Bastuland, Cayman Islands. I thought that might be a good little one there. They came out to about $29, so again around $6 to get those. These are quite nice, this set here. I thought that was a beautiful set, and that came out at $30. Again, it'd be selling for cheap. But what I'm going to do also is going to go onto the eBay and I'm going to list these and then basically just double check the sold prices to make sure that $6 is a good price. I might be able to get $10 and might be able to, and put near or nearest offer and be able to get the money out that way. This is an amazing set. I nearly kept this set myself. This is mint unhinged. Very hard set to get, and it sells very well. It's worth $210 catalog. So, you know, you're looking at $25, but I think I might be able to get more for this set because they're all selling really, really for a lot. So I might find out the sold price and come down another 20% on the sold prices. So I can move stuff nice and quickly. But this set, if I don't get what I want for it, I'll just keep this myself. It's a beautiful set. Very hard to get some of these stamps. This one here is all the overprinted ones. It's quite nice. And again, $65 set. So we'll just divide that by 5. And I think we'll get that price quite easily. These here, I just thought it'd be fun to sell these. And again, they're not worth that much. I mean, this one's worth $51. So 10 bucks. Someone might be chasing that up. And I'm going to put these also in a little container to take to all my stamp meetings. I want to do what Brian and David really pushes this. He does all his stamps up like this. So when he goes to a stamp meeting, he has a little container next to him. People can go through it and buy them. Again, this is $66 set, which is unbelievable, isn't it, really? But I might be able to get 10 bucks for it. This here, it was just a very nice clean set. I really liked it. Not worth much at all, really. It's $8, so, you know, I think at least $3 or $4 to cover the card. The card's probably worth more than the stamps. This is a nice Canada set. These ones down here are worth the most. And again, $24. Yeah, I might be able to get $4, $5 for it. These here, these birds are very expensive. I'd love to give them to Shani, but look at this, $100. So I'd love to get 20 bucks for it, but it seems a lot of money for birds, but some of these birds are worth a lot. So I'll list them. I'm going to check on eBay and see how much they go for. I'll try and get my account up and going. This here is just a few, it's not the full set, but again, this is, it doesn't cost that much. It might be $3, $4. This here, these are hinged, but these will be a few bucks as well. I'll have to price them. That's your keeper there. It's worth some money. This here, I wanted to do a few cheap ones. So when I have my little box when I take them, because David said a lot of cheap stuff sells really quickly. So that's $3.60. So, you know, ask for $1, $1.50. That one there, it's got toning. It's a $9 stamp, but I might be able to get $1.20, $1.50. This here with the G's, $10. You know, $2 for all three. Seems reasonable. And again, this here, I just put all these stamps in, put $2 on, move them. These are $5.30. We'll be able to at least get $1 for these. And these here, at least $1. So let's have a look. I started getting bored putting everything in those little cards and found that these sheets did a lot better in explaining what they were. And I put all the prices underneath them all. So there's 150, so $167 worth of stamps here. So again, divided by 5, and I've added this sheet's not worth that much, but I add a bit of bulk. But this is a really good set because you've got the different colors, so which is just fantastic. So look, I've never sold these. You might be laughing at me going, you know, you're dreaming, but I will try. So again, you know, this is what, $42. So, you know, must be able to get at least, you know, $8 for this. I've got some loose stamps at the bottom. It might be nice. This is $100, and again, you know, this might be able to get. It'd be nice to say $20, but I don't know. There's some good stamps on here, and someone might be after them. And because there's different variations of the stamp with different perforations, I've left them on these pages so people could see. Now, I did talk to David, and he said sometimes when they're very expensive, people don't seem to want to pay it. They're more likely to pay for cheaper stuff. So if I have to, I'll break some of these stamps up. So So this is a really good set. It has all the different watermarks, and that's why I've sort of left them on the page. So you could tell, now you get decimal currency, you've got the block CA, and again, you've got watermark sideways, and a few extras that I found I just threw in. But that's worth 80 bucks, and again, divided by 5. This here is a really nice set, and I don't think I'm going to get the money for this. It's $233. I might be better off breaking this up and selling them as individuals, especially that £1 stamp. It's worth, you know, £35. So it might be better breaking all these up and just selling them in smaller sets. But I'll go on to eBay and see if I, you know, what they're selling for, and see if you know, they're selling a lot of them. That's nothing there. It's really that set there. It's just perfect. I mean, it's Mission the Coronation one, but I've got that in that other piece. But that's a really nice set. And yes, they are mint hinged, so we're looking at much less, and that's why I'm thinking, you know, divide by 5. But I don't think people are going to pay 40 bucks for that. I'm not sure. But hey, we don't know until we know. British Guinea, again, I mean, this is $37 divided by 5. So, you know, I think we should be able to get a few bucks for that. Bermuda, some really nice stamps here. It's $12. And because it's $12, you know, you divide that by 5 and you're looking $2, you know, I might be able to get 3 or 4 bucks for that. So, you know, we'll list it, see how we go. This one here is nice. These here have got some of these really hard to get ones. That's $42 all up. Bit of money. Look at that. They're nice. But it's just like this one here is hard to get. And someone might be collecting some of these. So we'll see. Put that there. This one, this Cypress set, is pretty amazing. It's $320. And again, I might have to break this up and make this a bit easier to sell. But you never know. I don't know the price of this one here. And I've got my Commonwealth catalogues, so I might just check that. So it might be worth more than $320. But this is a really nice set of stamps. Very nice. And this is what the dealer saw, and he was trying to outbid me. Yeah, I haven't got any of the prices on some of these ones up here, so I might try and find those now. But we'll see how we go. What else? I'll put that to one side. Oh, this big block. I don't think I want to sell this online. I might just sell this at the club, because how am I going to post it anywhere? It's just so big. I mean, with everything else, I mean, I could post this around the world, because I could just take the stamps off and put them in an envelope. Easy. But this, no, it's just be too hard. But that's $54. So I might be able to get 10 bucks for that. Fingers crossed. I think I might be dreaming, but we'll see how we go. But if we can get, if I can make $380 on this, this would be great, because that means I'll walk away with money for my time and for resources, so I can buy more resources. But the next time I buy a album, I can go for a $150 album, and we can sort of price up all the time and see how expensive an album we can buy. This is going to be $3. I just put all those in the thing and just put $3 on them. I mean, should be able to get $3. But I won't sell them online. And this is just all the Australian stuff. I couldn't be bothered pulling it off and putting it in the giveaway container, so I just put them all in there. So it's 1952 to 1966. A lot of the higher values are missing, which are not really worth that much. So I put $4. Someone might be interested. And Barbados. I just love saying Barbados. And I just put a couple of dollars on that, $2. We'll see how we go. All right, now, next thing is I'll check these prices. I'll put the spare stamps into the giveaway bin. I'll just check these prices, and then we'll go onto eBay and check the sales prices of some of this stuff. I just quickly went over the prices on this. It jumped from $320 to $380. It's funny, when you get a specialist catalog, you can then start going through all the different colors. This you got an olive and green indigo worth £5.50. But then if you come down to these ones, you've got one that's yellow olive and indigo. That's used £6. And this one is a Bistri and indigo, which is £35, which is amazing. Then on the other side, this one here hasn't got an overprint, and that's the same indigo and Bistri. So there's no overprint. There's been they put it in here in the wrong place because everything else got overprints, and that is worth £17. So that's a used one of this one here. So there is value on this page, but trying to sell that for a fifth of $3.80 might be pretty hard. So I might have to pull these off. I'll have a look on eBay now and see what these are selling for. All right, let's have a look. All right, so how do we find out sold prices? So if you come over onto the front page of eBay, you've got the search here. You can see what things are selling for right now. But come over to advanced. And then what we do is I've sort of come up with some keywords, paste. Nope, they didn't think. So we'll go Cyprus and 1955 stamp set. And then you come down here to sold items. Now this doesn't work on your phone, it only works on the computer. We go search. Now at the moment, I've got a catalog value of $380, but my set has 2 pages and it has the extra stamps with different shades. So this is just a basic set for $30. All right, so what is that? Is that mint lightly hinged? So that's $30, and that's bids. Come down here, there's a $11, $12 version, but it's used. $6 used, but no big values. All right, here's a better one. Light mint hinged. All right, they've accepted an offer. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to list for a price and then accept an offer. I think that might work the best. Here we go. It's $30, 18. All right, $32. That's good. So I'm thinking mine at $380. And we divide that by 5. I should be able to do that in my head, but I want to do it properly. Divide by 5, $76. Now, that there is just that mint set, but I've also got the 2 extra and the other page, which is another $42. So I think I could get away with asking around that. Well, $63 for that, just that one set without those extra shades. So I think someone who knows the specialties might want to go for those extra shades. $48, $9, $45. All right, oh, look at this one, $34. Oh, $69. What's that? Mounted mint. So that's mint. All right, so that goes up to $70 and still hasn't got the extra shades of this one here. So I'm going to have extra shades plus another page. So I might list it for $80. So view sim, sell one like this. So if we push that, well, this is embarrassing. We're sorry, listing tool isn't working right now. Oh, it's just my luck. Try it again. No, it's not. So it usually is a lot easier if you use someone else's write-up, especially if they sold it for a good price. So what we do is find another one for a good price. So one like this. And this all sold fairly recently. No, go to Sellers Hub. All right, I'm going to try and look up something else. Hold on one sec. All right, so I've found the British Solomon Islands set, 1956. So that have got a few different prices. So this one sold for $17, but it's not the full set. This is the full set for $80, but it's mint not hinged. Mine's hinged, unfortunately. So it'll come down a bit. This one here, well, it's come down $30, but that's bids. So that was mint hinged. I'm looking at about $46 I want to get divided by 5. How about this one? All right, that's cheaper, $53. That's all used. This one here, $47, but that's used. This one here, fine used, $8, $22. So I might be struck. Oh no, here we go, $55. What's that? Oh, unmounted mint. Drats. So 58, fine used, 116. That'll be mint not hinged. So we're up in the air really. Oh, these are really good. So they're the other ones I've got to look at. But, all right, so we're going to have to try. I want to list it for about $50 and then probably all nearest offer. So that's going to have to be around that. We might luck out with a better price. This other one, these ones down. Where did we see those other ones? Sorry, guys. Here, no, these ones here, $12. So how much do we want to sell those for? Trying to think. All right, $80. So we got 80, about 17, 12. Yeah, that'd be about right. I don't know if that's the full set though. It's nearly the full set. But I've got extras on the other page as well. So I've got the other ones on the other side. So 20, I should be able to sell them for what I want to sell them for. Though I haven't got my sideways watermark. I haven't got the 2.5D. I think this guy does have the 2.5D. Yeah. Wait a minute. That one. Yep, he's got the 2.5D right there. All right. But I should be able to get what I want. And again, I'll put up price. I won't put bidding. Start at the highest to go to the lowest. I'll just do that. All right, let's find the next one. All right. So Bastuland 1954. I've got this set. That's a good price, $30.96, but it's got that one there. I've got 2 pages and it's $139 catalog. So I'm looking at $27.80 to get my divided by 5. Well, that's 116, but it's got those 3 values I haven't got. That's a shame. I haven't got those. 42, 77, $24. But again, it's got the 10 shilling and the 5 shilling, and I haven't got those on this. But I also have got the ones with the block watermark as well. So I might be in with a shot for around $30. So again, I might just list for a couple dollars more than $27.80. Might be $35 or nearest offer. What's this? Mounted Mint, $62. Yeah, I haven't got these couple. Yeah, this one here. I think mine's only goes to 50 cents. That's a real shame. But I've got some of the really good important ones. What's this? 1.5. We've got the 50 cent there. No 50 cent. That's the big money one. 50 cent. No, look, it's missing the 50 cent. So you really need that 50 cent in there. Oh, they're not too much anyway by themselves. It's that 50 cent that we really want to get after, and that's 20, and the 12.5 cent. There's no 12.5 cent or 50 cents, so I think we might be right by asking more. All right, that's $50. And has it got the 50 cent? Can't even see it. Sorry, guys, 50 cent? No, they haven't got the 50 cent. That's crazy. How could they not have the 50 cent? Or the 12.5 cent. So the 2 biggest values they haven't got, and they still got $50 for that. Wow. I must be missing something. Wow. All right, let's have a look up here. No, 50 cent again. 12.5 cent, 50 cent. Again, missing. So I haven't got the bigger values, but I've got the most expensive stamps. All right, so I think I might be on good with this. Might be able to charge a bit more. I can't see where the 50 cent is anywhere. Or the 2.5 cent. Look, $21. No. What about this one here? No. Mint not hinged. Probably up. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. No, they're just different. No. Sorry, guys. I'm just going real quick. How about $68? I'm just seeing if it hasn't got 2.5 and it hasn't got the 50 cent. So I think I have got something that no one else has got or is selling. $38. And again, I don't think. No. Oh, 12.5 cent. There you are. And 50 cent. There you go. They've got both of those. And what do they sell for? Yeah, $38. All right. And what do we want to get? We want to get, it's 27. All right. So I can put $40 on it. Pretty easy. and or nearest offer. I might do that. All right, that's good. All right, so what I've done is I've come to my Buyers Hub eBay selling overview, and I'll resume this draft that I've done. So what I've done is I've taken some pictures, I've worked out a price, and sort of going through them. It's probably not the best pictures. Probably wouldn't mind probably taking some better ones, but I'm not going to spend hours taking these things. Try and get them with a good price. So 1955, 26 stamps, one postcards and overprints. So hopefully they can see that in the description and everything. Yeah, just try to put the details in, do a write-up, catalog value 380, so they can sort of see they're going to get a bargain. Now, I'm going to list it for 95. So if we divide, was it $76? We need to get like $80, but I'm looking at everything else for sale, and they don't come with the second page and these shades. These shades by themselves sell for $90. So if you have a look at these sell for $90 on the internet. I mean, the prices are not there. I mean, that's a used one, but a lot of money. So I've put them all in together. 95, buyer will pay 101 because they're going to pay buyer protection fee. I'm just going to put buy it now, and then or nearest offer. So allow offers, a minimum offer, I don't know, what do we go, $76, probably $80. So we can sort of say, all right, we want 95, offer me 80, I'll take it. That might be the way to go. And delivery only, it's in a letter. I'll put it in a letter. Yeah, around Australia, I think I'll do it for free. And the international postage will be an extra $5. I'll charge $5. That'll cover the postage costs. And we'll send it. I'm not going to send it tracking or anything. I'll do it myself. I'll use my own postage, and that'll be about it. So I'm going to go through, list all these up, and see how I go. I might even just go list for free now. See if that goes up. Done. Your listing is now live. Done. Is it sold yet? Is it sold yet? All right, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to list all the rest. If anyone's interested, my details is Madstar Stamp Collecting Adventures. So same name as my YouTube channel. So, I mean, I'm not saying any of you have to buy them if anyone of your friends are after, but I'll go through and list the rest now. Though I'm going to have to, if I'm going to send these, I'm not going to send them on the, might have to describe in the description that I'm going to take them all off and put them in an envelope. I won't send them on that page. That may be a bit too hard. Anyway, we'll see how we go. All right, so I've listed 3 and it's taken time, and the photos, should cut the keyboard out. They don't look too good, but I'm trying to do it real quick. I didn't put $101 on these, but you got to buy. People got to pay for buyer protection fees now. So that's been added into the price, which is strange. So I might have to change it around. So I put $95 on it, but they've charged $6.40 buyer protection fee included. So that's very strange. But I suppose it helps people out, doesn't it? So that's part of those fees now. So I don't know. But I've put in my lowest offer under the best offer. So basically, divided by 5. But I wonder if that's, you put that in and it still includes that. I might only list a few of these and test it, because now I'm putting them in and they're charging me 91 cents to list them. All these fees. Anyway, I'll list a few more. I might just list the expensive stuff, and then everything else, the cheaper stuff we saw today, I might just go ahead and sell that through the clubs. It might be a lot easier and a lot quicker, because listing this stuff is so much of a hassle. And I need to take better photos. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how, even if you do them really bad, and that's how, like I'm showing you the worst way to list it all up. Just have a look at this. Quantity 1 listed until sold or cancelled. You have no offers, no problems. All right, that's about it. All right, I'm just going to go back again. Here we go. So that's my my place on eBay. I really haven't sold many things, so 10 items sold, 9 followers at the moment. So I'll try and list some stuff up. If you're interested in anything, you can just reach out to me via email. If it's overseas, I'll charge you $5 for postage, and it's local in Australia, it's a couple of bucks. So see how we go. All right, guys, let's see if this works. We'll have to do a video and see if I sell anything. Or in the comments, just watch in the comments, and I'll update if things sell. All right, guys, have a great day. See you later. All right. So I've listed a few. I will just list the most expensive stuff. I just don't think there's going to be any value listing the really cheap stuff. Just not worth my hassle. So anything over $20, $30 now, I think I will list. Everything else I'll put in a box and take along to the stamp shows. So fingers crossed I can sell it like that. So we'll see how we go. Can we make money on eBay? I have no idea. I've sold some stuff in the past. But as you've seen, you didn't go through it then. It took me like half an hour to an hour trying to find values, list them up, go through the process, and then these fees started coming in left, right, and center. And it's like, well, what are these fees for? So try to keep the postage really easy, but then I might come unstuck because someone might say, if I don't do tracking, they might go, oh, you know, it was stolen, it didn't turn up, and then I'll lose the whole value. So we'll see how we go. We might have to, I might have second thoughts and put that tracking fee on there because, yeah, paying that might just make it a little bit, my heart won't sort of go up in the air and think, oh, I've lost out on that. But I don't think a lot of people are like that. Anyway, guys, working through the process, in the end, if I get my $50 back from the album, I'm happy. If we can get money back for the time I spent going through it, I'm even happier. And if we could double that extra, if we get $150 from the $50 we spent, that means I can buy a $150 album. And then that album, if we can get $450 for that, then we get a bigger album. And then we keep on, upscaling and seeing what we can buy. How exciting. Plus, I can give away more free stamps. I can grab stamps from my collection, and it'll prove to you all that, hey, go to auctions, buy, really good albums really cheaply, and you can keep what you want, sell the rest, get your money back, and maybe make a little profit so you can buy a bigger album. Hey, that's the dream. If you can do a hobby and get all the best stamps in the world and make money at the same time, and just a little bit, just so you can buy more stamps and keep going, you're not touching the family budget. So in retirement, you've only got a set amount of money and you want to, live on all that, but you don't want to spend that on stamps because, your partner or your family may think that's a waste of money. But if you can get your stamps to pay for themselves, that's not a waste of money. That's it will just profit for, you'll profit and keep buying stamps. That's great. It looks after itself. It funds itself. And that's what David McQueen was telling me. He bought a really big lot, sold really well, and it's paid for all the stamps in his collection with a little bit of profit, which is great. It pays for his petrol to go to stamp club meetings. He's got a bit of cash in his pocket to go to auctions and buy more stuff, and then he just keeps selling. He goes, he's not going to live off it, the money. He's not going to be eating caviar, but he doesn't have to pay for his stamps, which I think is a great thing. All right, guys, enjoy your stamp adventure. Let's see if this works.